Well, Australia making a substitution at the start of the second half, as they promised to do always, and Michael Thwaite is coming on in place of Craig Moore, so he'll just slot in into that central defensive position. Thwaite, who was only brought into the squad yesterday, plays these days in Poland at Wisla Krakow, having previously been with the Nacional club in Romania, so he obviously likes the eastern side of Europe, but tonight he plays here in the heart of the West End of London. I think that's the only change at half-time, but I'll guarantee this, there'll be plenty more to come. Friendly matches like this are a golden opportunity for coaches to assess the form and character of a lot of players. So we're off again with more of the same, please, because the first half was quite frankly terrific. It was one of the best games I've seen this season. Sarpe was the first one getting forward there. Then it's Essien here for Ghana, who started slowly tonight, but that was due largely to the effectiveness of Australia, who were out of the blocks very sharply. Appiah. Oh, well, maybe that award for his 50th cap put him off there. It was a poor ball he played. Stojovski beaten, however, by Essien, who's got to remember which way he's playing all of a sudden. He was herring off in the direction in which he'd played in the first 45 minutes. Little flick in field, Appiah to Muntari. And then it's Kingston. Well, the crowd are already roaring at the start of the second half from the first shot, which was supplied by Laria Kingston, who's never scored a goal for his country. Flashed it in and flashed it just wide. Has a couple of touches of the ball. That's not a long way wide of Schwartz's net. He's a bit of a nomadic character, Kingston. He's played his football in Libya, Saudi Arabia, Israel and now Russia. England tonight. It must be Tuesday. And by the way, on Tuesday, February the 6th, Australia return here. They're playing Denmark, and that should be a captivating occasion as well. Dane's always one of the most attractive of European teams to play against. And I do know that Claude Leroy is hopeful of fixing up a fixture for Ghana on the same day, perhaps in Spain. Could be Spain versus Ghana on that date. There has been word also that they're trying to play either Brazil or Argentina. Spain is a likelier option at this stage. Sulimuntani for Junior Agogo. Kept at bay by Brett Emerton. Well, Emerton's ball eluded Bresciano, so Appiah plays his right fullback, Ansadu Sape through. Not controlled by Kingston, but he does get a second touch on the ball. Just a toe poke through to Schwarzer. And it goes to Luke Wiltshire. He played in most of the World Cup matches for the Socceroos. Colina did play in them all. Nice ball in for Bresciano. Bresciano lifts it over the top of the defender, taken forward here by Chipperfield and cut back and at full stretch cleared by Dicko. Bresciano's hustling in there again. Schwarzer decides to play a bit of football himself. Tries to release Emerton down the right-hand channel. Forward it goes, Aloisi one-on-one. And we've seen how dangerous he is on one-on-one situations tonight, setting up the goal for himself. Gruella in there to intercept and then to spray the pass to Colina. Chipperfield. Now Kisnorbo. His last cap was 2 years ago against the Solomon Islands. Bresciano losing out to Laria Kingston. Short for Michael Essien. Sape. That is Claude Leroy. He says he will make changes tonight, but only when he feels it's absolutely necessary. He's not as bothered as Graham Arnold to assess younger players. Wants to keep his winning run going. Habib Mohammed. It's a slightly more pedestrian start to this half than the first. It's a bit more thoughtful, the football. They're not laying themselves as open as they did in the first half, Ghana, certainly. Sape. Down the line, the chase is on for Ofirikwai, and he'll have a free kick here. So the first contribution of the substitute Thwaite is to concede a free kick. Michael Thwaite, a late call-up in place of the injured Josip Skoko, and he's conceded this free kick, for which Ghana are going to be very adventurous. Count the white shirts in the penalty area. 7 of them. Well, Muntari's just come outside now, but then the delivery is weak. It is Muntari who then has to nudge the ball back to the only man who'd been left back there, Sape. It was a poor delivery on the free kick, unfortunately. Oh, that's a brilliant turn. Lovely piece of skill. And then Ofirikwai doesn't thread it through as he intended. But the Ghanaians are starting the second half more promisingly. Essien to Mohammed. To Appiah. Ado plays in Holland at PSV Eindhoven. He's opened it up here for Muntari. Essential block made by Kisnobo. But they're having a good little spell of pressure here, Ghana. Moving the ball around sweetly. Still they have the ball. Still they have a chance from Kingston's cross, and Schwarzer, 6'4", plucks it out of the air. Terrific throw from Schwarzer to release Stojovski. Only Aloisi up with him, though Wiltshire's arriving too, and the ball has to be put out of harm's way by Mohammed. Corner, Australia. Lightning counter thanks to Mark Schwarzer's throw, which got his man moving down that right touchline, and a corner resulted from Stojovski's raid. Australia don't have as many forward as Ghana did a moment or two ago, but there's got to be a stoppage anyway. I think Vince Grell has gone down. Shake of the head. Not quite sure what happened there. Perhaps Graham Arnold could enlighten us. 43 Graham now, comes from Sydney, of course. And what a great player he was for Australia, by the way, Graham Arnold, formerly at Sydney United, played in 4 World Cup qualifying campaigns, 56 caps, 19 goals. And he's going to make the decision of another substitution, I think, in a second or two. Whether Grella's going to have to go off remains to be seen, but he's certainly hobbling. Looks as if Vince Grella will play no further part in this match. Just accompanied off there by the Australian physiotherapist, Stan Ivancic. It's a wonderful tackle, by the way, from Kisnobo there. Super bit of defending for the man from Melbourne. And the substitute, as you can see, is going to be made, and it will be Casey Wehrman. Plays these days in Norway at Lillestrøm. Here he is, Casey Wehrman. Will be on in a moment. Central midfielder, so it's like for like. And eventually we'll have the corner. Let's see if Australia can profit after that long delay. The game loses a bit of rhythm when that sort of thing happens. No blame attached to the injured player, of course. It is deep. In fact, it's too deep for anybody. So here is Casey Wehrman. He's a new name to me, but he plays his football in Norway at Lillestrøm. Former Perth Glory man. He played in Brisbane as well. Comes from the Cloncurry area of Queensland. has taken over the captain's armband from Craig Moore in this second half. The ball is in towards Aloisi, heads it down, it's straight up in the air. Sturjovski gets a touch on it as well. Wiltshire reverses it. Here comes Jason Kalina. Wide is Emerton, drifted across, touched back to him. Emerton, a thrashing drive. Turned away by this spectacular goalkeeper, Richard Kingston, who's having the game of his life. It was a blinding try from Brett Emerton, who's gone 12 months without a goal for the Socceroos. He absolutely launched into the shot there, and it was a super save again from Kingston. He's in unbeatable mood. If it hadn't been for the Aloisi penalty, he would be unbeatable. And he's taken another one here. What a night he's having. Oh, don't tell me he's got another injury. A touch of deja vu here, except that this one's not on the head. Yellow card shown there to the complaining Larry Kingston because his brother has just stayed down here. Bit of brotherly love here. He said, look, that's my elder brother who's hurt. Do something about it, ref. And Larry Kingston said something out of turn to referee Clattenburg. Well, Clattenburg would be a good name for the goalkeeper, the clattering he's taken. And he's booked his Larry Kingston. Second caution of the evening, Eric Addo was the first, both Ghanaians. So free kick Ghana, still trailing by a goal to nil here. Well, I hope you're enjoying the watching down in Australia. Your team is doing you proud here. They're playing some sumptuous football, but they're still only a goal up, and that's always a little bit disconcerting when you feel as though you should be 3 or 4 ahead. Emerton's just had the latest shot. Away he goes again. He's got away from Muntari. Great run from Emerton, but he just overcooks it a little. One touch too many from Brett Emerton. So Kingston booked moments ago. That's a good interception by Thwaite. Well, it goes to Muntari, then to Essien. It's been played at a frantic pace. It's in here. It's just too far. Just crossing the dead ball line before Appiah can get a touch on it. Lovely approach play. Larry Kingston's had some good touches in this game. This one's just a fraction heavy. So Claude Leroy still to make decisions about substitutions on his side. But they've certainly made a better fist of it in the second half as they retreat now. Kalina will surely shoot hard and low, and inevitably Kingston makes the save. I say inevitably because he just gives the impression of never getting beaten tonight. He's been equal to absolutely everything. A goal for Ghana. Junior Agogo, and he's still on his feet. There's one to pull it back to, but he drives it through the 6-yard area and not straight back to his partner Afiri Kwai. Good play from Junior Agogo though. He's managed to get away from the marker Thwaite and then lashed it through the 6-yard zone. I cannot believe that the scoreline is still 1-0. By the way, Ghana are going to take off Richard Kingston. He's not playing well enough. Only joking, he's been quite magnificent. He's made some stupendous saves tonight. But they're going to give a run out to the second goalkeeper, Sami Adjei. This again will have too much pace on it. And now the switch will be made. But what a night. I hope that this man gets a terrific ovation from both sets of fans because he has been immense tonight. But Richard Kingston, this was the pinnacle of the night for me. The stave here from Craig Moore is as good as I've ever seen. As good as that. Fantastic, Richard Kingston. But he's now giving way to Sami Adjei. The goalkeeper who plays in Israel, former Hearts of Oak keeper back in Ghana. But a vastly experienced keeper, so they're losing nothing. Except the man in form. First switch for Ghana. Australia at half-time took off their captain Craig Moore and replaced him with Michael Thwaite. Chipperfield tries to outrun Kingston. Doesn't get through to Bresciano. Essien is then caught by Chipperfield, who acknowledges his sin. Oh, he's got a yellow card. First one for an Aussie. They do all count, these bookings, towards the next match, whatever it might be. Ghana need a goal, and how? It's gone over the top of the defender, but it's headed safely back to Schwarzer by Emerton. Mark Schwarzer, of course, played in Germany before coming to this country. Sounds like home from home for him at the World Cup finals. First touch for Adjei, and a long clearance from him as well, which Agogo can't reach, but Muntari will latch onto this one. Cross now for Larry Kingston, two calling for it through the centre. Not a bad one, but it's meat and drink for this man from Sydney, Mark Schwarzer. Oh, poor first touch on the ball from Emerton, has gifted it away to Sully Muntari, but he equally has a poor touch on it. Shot coming in, Essien deflected, but Schwarzer's got down to it, and it would have been horrible for him if the deflection had taken the ball away, but as it happened, it landed straight into his arms. Essien shot here, look, through it goes, just got a touch on, I think from Agogo. Schwarzer stopped it. Been a goalkeeping masterclass tonight. Sape. Kingston's had a lot of the ball out on that right touch line and generally used it well. Sape to Muntari, big gap down the left, perhaps to be exploited by Habib Mohammed. Instead, Muntari makes tracks forward, might get the shot away here, doesn't miss by much. A whisker. Still they can't find a goal, but they're getting closer, and those fans know it. Well, it's a night of a surfeit of shooting chances, and this one fizzes just wide of the uprights. Sully Muntari looking to add to his 6 goals in his 20th appearance for his country. Doesn't get through from Bresciano. It's barely stopped as a match. Pace of it's never slackened. It's been excellent. Essien. Well, actually had some very good matches here recently in the Championship, in the English League, with Queen's Park Rangers featuring some high-scoring games. And I'm told they have a young Australian player of their own called Ward, who's coming along nicely. And I was delighted as well yesterday. I was asked by my friends in Adelaide the other week about any young promising Australian players here, and I gave them the name of one Aaron Downs with League One Chesterfield, and he was actually called up yesterday to train with this Australian squad. They think very highly of him as well. Graham Arnold knows all about him. This one hasn't got through to Aloisi, shielded from him by Dicko. Graham Arnold looking for that fluency that was certainly there in the opening exchanges when Australia was so much on top. You thought they were probably going to score 3 or 4 tonight. Football games rarely work out like that. So he has to be contented with the 1-0 scoreline which exists. Bresciano now, twisting his neck to see who's up there with him. This man is Stijovski, but he's in an offside position. Viduka, by the way, did confirm at half-time that he's just 2 weeks away from resuming training. So he should be fit for that game here on February the 6th against Denmark. Ghana too may have another fixture here in London before long. That's high, but Schwarzer will take this one. It's a routine catch. And then a routine downfield kick from the goalkeeper. Then Aloisi's header towards Wiltshire. The crowd enjoyed the back heel from Bresciano. The referee didn't enjoy the challenge of Aloisi. Free kick Ghana. more than an hour. In fact, 64 minutes played. 1-0 Australia lead in this battle of the two teams who performed so admirably at those World Cup finals. Kingston doesn't get through though. But they're certainly having much more possession in this half, the Black Stars. Montari with his footwork, hounded by Collina. Didn't put him off. The touch on was from Agogo, and there'll be a throw in here for Ghana, halfway inside Australian territory. Appiah. Should be happy hour around here. And he's coming in field. Appiah through, and there's a bit of hustling, a bit of pushing, and a grab of the ball by Schwarzer. Clever ball threaded through though, some inventive football taking place, and it's all at great pace as well. Big, tall, athletic goalkeeper Sami Adjei on in the last few minutes for Richard Kingston. With 25 minutes remaining, it remains Australia 1, Ghana 0. Graham Arnold in the technical area there, wafting his arms around, trying to muster more effort from his players out there. Good chase from Agogo, but a push from Agogo. Oh, that's a foul on Kisnorbo. And he won't get away with that, Junior Agogo. Great for him at the age of 27 to begin an international career. Aloisi beaten on the jump this time by Dicko. Still one defining moment of the game was the push by Dicko, or the trip by Dicko, which afforded Aloisi the penalty. Brett Emerton, well defended. Habib Mohammed, free kick against the Australian. Emerton, of course, did get sent off during the World Cup finals in that feisty battle with Croatia. I noticed they didn't pick Graham Poll to referee this match tonight. I can't think why. That was the infamous match. Header from Dicko. Cleared by Thwaites. Back in with Wiltshire. Nice approach play here involving Aloisi. Stadiovski's gone through the centre. Aloisi! And the ball nearly held up for him. It's got to be offside anyway. The goalkeeper's intervention wasn't necessary as it transpired, because the linesman, Mr. Linnington, said it's offside here. Is it? Judge for yourselves. Yes, it was. Correct call. Stadiovski back with Collina, and then Wiltshire playing with a nice pattern to this particular move. Australia, Bresciano, they've put together 4, maybe 5 passes already here, and there's another one for Bresciano, but he won't get on to the end of this. There's movement on the Ghanaian bench, as you can see. So Claude Leroy thinks it's time for another switch. I would expect to see Asamoah Gyan, who is a striker who's been among the goals recently, coming on here. Gyan, who plays in Serie A in Italy for Udinese, got 2 in the last game against South Korea. He also scored in the World Cup finals against the Czech Republic, and indeed it is him. Gyan. Nifty little back heel from Collina, but it did the job. Longer from Schwarzer. So they are going to bring on another striker, Ghana, in a moment. Let's see if it's a striker who goes off though. Collina takes it again from Stariovski. Could break anywhere, this ball. As it happens, it's to Bresciano. This one is in here. Lovely move and well kept by Ajay, who spotted the menace of the run that was being made towards him. Just looked as though Wiltshire might have got in there. There's been so much to admire in this game at both ends of the field. Certainly the goalkeeping of Richard Kingston, the purposeful midfield play of Jason Kalina, the wing thrusts, Emmerton Chipperfield, and on the Ghanaian side, well, always the skills of Muntari and Essien and Appiah. So this is Asamoah Gyan. He's got a birthday next week. He'll be 21. So an early goal for celebration wouldn't be a bad idea. And he comes on in place of Peter Ofirikwe. So it is like for like again. Striker for striker. But with Ghana needing a goal if they're not to go down to defeat here. Very popular at his club, Sarudinese, Gyan. "20 minutes remaining here at Loftus Road. It's Australia 1, Ghana 0, as it has been since just after the half-hour mark. Kalina's header, terrific one as well. Push on Aloisi, but no penalty this time. Stiavski back in, straight through the 6-yard area, with Aloisi unable to get a critical touch on the ball. For all the chances there have been in this match, it's amazing the scoreline remains just at 1-0. Stiavski. That's a fair tackle. Muntari won the ball fair and square. Essien has given him it back again. There's a bit of gap on the right. Kingston, who's played more infield in this half, now rolls it into the path of Sape. Calling for it up in the area is Gogo, and he misses him out. Gyan with the first touch, tries to thread it through, and the Australian Socceroos defence holds firm. Bresciano looked up there. I think he thought there was going to be a whistle, and he'll play the ball out sportingly because there is an injury to the Ghanaian Sape. On comes the physiotherapist very quickly. Well, that was the challenge of the substitute, Casey Wehrman, which left Sape decked and needing a bit of treatment on the shoulder. Quick rub from the doctor, quick prescription to carry on and get us a goal. 18 minutes to go. That was a moment or two earlier. Aloisi across the face of the area, couldn't get a touch on it as it was played in there, but he has got the one goal tonight. John Aloisi, the 25th of his international career, but the one that will never be forgotten, the one against Uruguay. But that was a few months ago now. Here we are in November in London with Australia leading Ghana by a single strike. Aloisi lost his bearings, but he's got them back now. He's just outside the 18-yard area, and Bresciano will take on Sape. Kalina now. He even thought of a shot, but he was 40 yards out, as Emmerton is now. Quickly closed down. Ghana have certainly featured more prominently as an attacking force in this half. Lovely ball, Essien to Agogo. Fitting himself well at international level, rarefied level for him. Ball in from Kingston. Well met by the head of Kisnorbo. He's defended well tonight as Patrick Kisnorbo. He's having an excellent season with Leicester City. He scored 3 goals, and that's playing in defence. And he's defended brilliantly at times this evening. Kingston turns away from the marker, the cross is through, Schwartz's built in, equaliser, Junior Agogo, his first goal ever for Ghana, and the mistake by Schwarzer has allowed him the golden moment of his career, and the Ghanaians are going mad behind that goal, but Mark Schwarzer will be kicking himself for the error. But the defenders too should be kicking themselves, having just praised Kisnorbo. Others there allowed the turn of Larry Kingston to lay on the goal. Chipperfield had missed him, Thwaite didn't get to him. Schwarzer makes the hash of it though, that allows Junior Agogo to celebrate goal number 1 of his Ghanaian career. It's a great moment for the scorer, it's a horror moment for the goalkeeper. It's 1-1 here between Australia and Ghana. And Ghana, for all their pressure in this second half, will feel that they merit the scoreline. So in only his second appearance for his country, Junior Agogo, with 15 minutes to go, celebrates his first international goal. He scored 2 at the weekend for Nottingham Forest, and that was in a cup tie against a little team called Yedding, not far away from here. I think, with all due respect to them, he'll think this is a greater notch to put on the belt. Australia 1, Ghana 1. A match that has more than lived up to its billing. Essien, who started the move that yielded the goal. Free kick Ghana, who are suddenly getting on top in this match. Mohamed. Well, we've got a grandstand finish in prospect. Oh, that's a bad giveaway though from Mohamed. Taken and be Bresciano. He'll thread it through here. Maybe a shot. Maybe not. Bresciano still. And eventually they come away. And the man who made the error, Mohamed, is the man who gratefully clears. Wipes the beads of perspiration from his forehead. It would have been his mistake that led to a goal had Australia scored. Muntari now. Chance for Kingston to fly another one in, and Agogo with the header now. Well, he's really to the fore, is Junior Agogo. Although he gets his head to the cross, he can only direct it straight at Schwarzer. But the goalkeeper's heart might just be pounding a little right now after his mistake. Australia 1, Ghana 1, 13 minutes plus injury time to go. Added time we should call it. Bresciano gets it through here. Maybe a shooting opportunity which can't be taken. Save made. Drive was from Brett Holman, who was sneaked on almost as a substitute in the last few moments. Holman has come on into the attack, but his shot there lacks sting. Here he is, Brett Holman. Plays in Holland at NEC Nijmegen. And he's on for the last 15 minutes or so to win only his 3rd international cap. A player who made his debut against Bahrain back in February. And we are going to have this rash of substitutions. As often happens, Ryan Griffiths will be the next one. Bresciano is substituted. A little about the new player. Ryan Griffiths plays in Romania at Rapid Bucharest. He's won only 1 cap. That was against Kuwait 2 months ago in that 2-0 defeat in the Asian Cup match. There is Holman heading it back. Picked up here, edge of the Australian area, cleared to Aloisi. They need his experience out there. Colina now. And Colina will be one of those forward here, as Australia look to retrieve their position in the game. They led for so long, they've been pegged back. Through it goes here. Holman is getting plenty of chances in these moments. He's in. He may make it 2. How did they not get a touch on that? Well, it was the substitute Griffiths who was closest to it as Holman screwed it across the face of the area. Really, I felt that Brett Holman should have probably scored himself though here. He's into a perfect position. Well, you could say he's unselfish if you like. They're coming again, the Socceroos. It's a cross towards Aloisi, and this time it's grabbed gratefully by Ajay. fasten your safety belts, hang on to your seats. It's all happening at Loftus Road here. It's 1-1, and the Socceroos have been needled by the Ghanaian goal, and they're really turning on the style now. They want to win. So do Ghana. Agogo chases. The ball off the tap of Sape's head. Well, it's been a truly thrilling encounter, which might have had many more goals. But right now we're settling for a 1-1 scoreline. And it goes for Griffiths. Tries to turn Sape, ends up in a wrestling match with him. And not surprisingly, referee Clattenburg sees that as a free kick to Ghana. With the kick. Exactly 10 minutes left according to the electronic scoreboard behind the goal here, defended by Schwarzer. Will be horrified by that mistake he's made. Essien, through it goes, big chance! Oh, he's made up for it there. Muntari thought he was onto a winner. If he'd have got that one over the top of Schwarzer, it would have been 2-1 Ghana. Mark Schwarzer has just got himself out of a bit of bother here. I think he's paid back. It's payback time from Schwarzer. He made the mistake for the goal, but he certainly saved Australia here just when it seemed certain that it was going to be 2-1 Ghana through Muntari. Well, he needed every inch of his height here, Schwarzer, and he's made the stop somehow. Not quite sure how he did make it, which part of the anatomy it came off. It's Chipperfield for Australia. Then Colina. They're queuing up around the edge of the area. But Holman played it back to Colina, who couldn't take it on. Spectacularly bicycle kicked into the air by Kingston. Claude Leroy, I think he's signalling maybe to another of his substitutes to come and help out, but they're going to have to defend again here now. Australia have certainly got the upper hand in the last few minutes again. They've regained that initiative and impetus, but they want another goal. The charge is on at the other end. Thwaite's got to get some power into his header, and he manages that. And then Schwarzer onto Emerton. He does that well. Emerton off and running. Colina at his left shoulder. Oh, and he played it to Colina, who'd got away again. And Leroy is now the more animated of the two coaches. Slipped in here. Holman. Well, anything could happen in these closing 8 minutes, I assure you. You can't take your eyes off this for a second. So we won't do. Surprised he's got cramp. I've got it up here, and I'm only talking about the match, but it has never ever stopped this game. It has been absolutely breathless, and it's been welcome. And it's been made a memorable night by the crowd as well. The Ghanaian fans have made their usual noise. The Aussie fans here have loved it. A few waltzing Matildas around at half time. And it's just generally been rip-roaring entertainment from first to last. And the music's not bad. A bit repetitive. I don't think they're playing Waltzing Matilda. Hairstyles, dodgy. And he has gone off, so Ghana have to make another substitution, which Claude Leroy won't be too worried about anyway. So there he goes. Laria Kingston, who's had some effective play though this evening, and he's replaced by Dramani Haminu, sometimes known as Haminu Dramani. Whenever he scores a goal, they print his name as Dramani, so we'll call him Haminu Dramani. and he does score goals. He actually got one in the World Cup finals, Dramani, against the United States, and he scored a winner recently. This one's dangerous, edge of the area, no free kick given. He scored the winner against Japan last month, Dramani, so watch out for him in the 6 minutes he's got. Snappy challenge. It came in from the Australian substitute, Wehrman. It's been a severe test for those two centre-backs, Dicko and Addo, tonight. There might be a test for the Australian defence here, but Chipperfield has the nous to run the ball to safety and then launch it downfield, only Aloisi up there. I suppose in many ways both managers, coaches would be happy with a 1-1 scoreline. It keeps good runs going. Australia having drawn with Paraguay recently following that defeat by Kuwait. Also they beat Bahrain when Aloisi was also on the target. So Graham Arnold progressing in the job. Still described as caretaker after the departure of Guus Hiddink to Russia, of course. Here they come, the Black Stars. And they'll pick it up once again here, 25 yards out. Clever at playing the ball around in these close areas, but Tari lost it. One back, SEN, known as the Bison. Schwartz's ball. Oh, and he barges Suleiman Tari away. Neither comes off with any harm done. Away goes Emerton. Is there a late goal to be had in this game? It's Australia's turn to try and find him. The keeper will be off his line and he'll get there. Just angled away from Holman. 3.5 minutes remain at an excited, a feverish Shepherd's Bush. Well, the Ross, because the goalkeeper slipped in clearing. It doesn't matter, it's gone straight through to his opposite number. Two number ones on now. Richard Kingston, who thrilled us earlier, was wearing number 22. Long from Schwartz, they both hate to lose it now. Garner especially, having got themselves back into this match. Australia affronted, having been in charge for so long. Griffiths may have been caught here. That's a silly free kick to be conceded by Sape. The defender who spent his entire career in Germany at Fortuna Cologne, at Duisburg and now at Wolfsburg, concedes a free kick which affords the opportunity to Australia to win the match. And now they are bringing 6 up. 6 green and golds are in there. Here comes the free kick for Australia. Is there late drama to be had here in the West End of London? Can Australia win it after all? It's long, just over the head. It was Kisnorbo who'd got up back post. It was delivered by Colina, but it was delivered a fraction too long and too high. Here it comes. It looked dangerous for 90% of the way. No final touch. Stays 1-1. And I think they'll be happy all round here. Fourth official there is Steve Bennett, who I'm told, by the way, is likely to get the Manchester United-Chelsea game coming up shortly. Is that a short straw? No, of course not. It's the pinnacle of a referee's career, the top match in any country. And that one's coming up to me. A minute and a half of normal time remain. I reckon there'll be 2 minutes to add on then. But for the moment it is Australia 1, Ghana 1. Honours even, and everybody satisfied. Well, Australia especially now, because Mohammed fails to latch onto the pass. So honours very much even on this night in London. But it's been a hugely enjoyable footballing occasion. It's not over yet. Griffiths, Holman, it's through to Aloisi. He's onside. They're all up through the centre, and it's well held on to by Adjei, with two Australians there to pounce should he make a mistake, as Schwarzer did, of course, at the other end. Free kick Australia, coming up to the 90-minute mark, and Steve Bennett will in fact hoist the electronic board and says 2 minutes to be added on now. There'll be a delay if treatment's required here, as it is for Casey Wehrman. Tonight's attendance, by the way, is just under 15,000, which I think is pretty good here, and it does gauge the interest here in England that has been shown in this match. Australia and Ghana are attracting a crowd of close on 15,000, as many a club in England would love a gate like that. Schwarzer with the free kick for Australia, looking to win it late, but that's straight through for Adjei. Might as well just throw it out overhead. Oh, the referee's decided that's enough. Well, I don't remember having 2 minutes of added time there, but I think he's decided that it would be a shame for either team to... In fact, he's getting booed as the referee for bringing this one to an end. It's been immensely enjoyable. Graham Arnold there and Claude Leroy very happy. John Aloisi's penalty, after he had been brought down by Francis Dicko, gave Australia a half-time lead. But the first international goal of Junior Agogo's career, after Mark Schwarzer spilled the ball at his feet, has enabled Ghana to go away equally happy, because they've plundered a draw from this situation, and their fans have certainly enjoyed their evening out here in the West End. Schwarzer unhappy. Agogo was the happy recipient though, and marks his second appearance with his first goal for his country. It was terrific. The final score: Australia 1, Ghana 1.